Happy Friday, everybody. This is Office Hours, Fundraisers Unite. I'm Jeremy Hazelwood. Yes, this is a costume. The little thing is getting blacked out or by the screen, but this is my official Haunted Mansion, Disney Haunted Mansion, my Ghost Host t-shirt that I got. Actually was given to me by a good friend who's a big Disney fan. And this is my favorite ride at Disney. And I figured it kind of fit the whole motif for 9 scary things to avoid on Giving Tuesday. So just starting out here, one scary thing that you should avoid on Giving Tuesday is not participating. And this is important for me to bring up. I mean, you're here, it's a Giving Tuesday tip call. So I would assume that if you're watching this, that you're probably participating in Giving Tuesday. However, there could be people watching this that are kind of on the fence as to whether or not they should be participating or not. Maybe they've done it before and they failed, or maybe they don't want to do it because they have year-end campaigns come up, or maybe it's too crowded. There's a lot of reasons that you can talk yourself out of participating in Giving Tuesday. However, not participating is leaving money on the table. People are going to open up their wallets that day. And if you're not participating, your organization will not have access to those particular funds that donors will be donating on that day. So you want to make sure that you're in the game, and this can help your organization have more impact in the world. So that's one thing to avoid. Do not miss out on Giving Tuesday. Number 2, you don't want to wait until Giving Tuesday to start promoting Giving Tuesday. And that may sound basic or elementary, but it's really not, because a lot of organizations still won't do any marketing up until Giving Tuesday. It'll just be Giving Tuesday, and that's the first time donors hear about it, or that's the first time they start talking about it on Facebook, or even running ads, whatever the case may be. You need to start talking about Giving Tuesday now. I mean, it's October 30th. You could even start November 1st, but that would give you at least a month before, since December 1st is Giving Tuesday this year. But you don't want to wait until Giving Tuesday, because in the meantime, other organizations are putting word out. And even if other organizations weren't, just by starting to talk about it and promote it earlier, even putting a save the date or sending an email in advance, that is something that could help benefit you on Giving Tuesday. All right. Number 3, scary tip to avoid on Giving Tuesday is only sending one email. And that's like one email period. Again, going back to, if you're only talking about it on Giving Tuesday and you only send one email, then you're really doing your fundraising program an injustice. You want to build up to Giving Tuesday. You want to send out a series of emails before Giving Tuesday actually starts. And then on Giving Tuesday, you want to send at least 2 emails. So, a recommended, number of emails that you would send would be at least 2 on Giving Tuesday. And then leading up to it, you could have 3 or 4 emails that lead up to it. It could be the day before Giving Tuesday, which would be a good idea. It could be a week before, saying next week at this time. And it could be a month out. November 1st, you could drop an email to your subscribers. It's like a save the date email. So you want to make sure that you do that. Okay, now, tip number 4, scary things to avoid. Not having any Giving Tuesday messaging on your website. Your website is where people learn about your organization. They learn about what you do, why you do what you do. It's a way for them to connect if they want to volunteer, if they need to get services, if they want to get engaged with your organization. And if you don't have Giving Tuesday messaging on your website, you're really missing an opportunity. And that's something that you'll want to do. I mean, you could start doing it now. Just say Giving Tuesday is December 1st. So I would change like the hero image or the banner image on your homepage and make sure it reflects Giving Tuesday messaging, and also making sure that you have your donation page ready to go for Giving Tuesday. Because naturally, if you start promoting it, you want to make sure that you have a landing page to go to for those donors that would allow that messaging to be congruent across all of your marketing. Okay, so number 4, tips to avoid, scary tips or scary things to avoid on Giving Tuesday is scary stock photography. And you can just take the word scary off of it. Avoid stock photography as much as possible on Giving Tuesday. And this is for any of your emails, any of your social media images. You'll want to use like real authentic images on your social media, on email. If you're doing any Facebook ads or any other kind of ads, you want to use authentic photography that really comes from you. Now, if you're a smaller nonprofit or if you're a startup nonprofit, you may not have a catalog of images that really show that impact. In those cases, you know, I would say it's okay to use stock photography. However, you'll want your stock photography to look authentic, if that makes sense. You don't want it to look like it's a posed subject, whether it's humans or animals, research, whatever the case. You want to get some kind of emotion out of the imaging that you're using to go along with your Giving Tuesday campaigns, or any fundraising campaign for that matter, not just Giving Tuesday. So, but avoid stock photography. And, this is something that you should be doing anyways, is avoiding stock photography. And Giving Tuesday is no exception to that. You want to make sure that you use something that ties into your mission. If you're a human services organization, great images are of a subject like looking at the camera. If you're using images of like a group of people and there's no emotion, there's no relationship, there's no connection with the person that's looking at the image, then those probably aren't the best images for you to use. All right, tip number 6, scary things to avoid on Giving Tuesday is not tapping into your influencers or your advocates. And your influencers or advocates, these are people who you should know who these people are. If you don't, there's somebody in your organization, maybe it's not your role to connect with your big donors or your big advocates. And if it's not, you'll want to have an internal meeting to determine who are 10 people that we can reach out to on Giving Tuesday that can help us really expand our message. And these are the people that you want to ask them to help you on Giving Tuesday. Ask them to go live for you on Giving Tuesday. And because Giving Tuesday is such a digitally driven and such a socially driven campaign, just having the social power of other people vouching for you, vouching for your organization, people will give to your organization because an influencer or someone that they respect asked them to do so. When I say influencer, I don't mean like going after like a big Instagram influencer or somebody like that. I'm just talking about somebody that has some influence that is connected to your organization. It could be a board member, it could be, someone in the community that's connected to your nonprofit, but just somebody who can advocate for you on Giving Tuesday. Ask them to go live on Facebook and give to your nonprofit. Ask them to set up a fundraiser. Send out an email to your email subscribers and ask them to set up a Facebook fundraiser for you on Giving Tuesday. That's somewhat of an impersonal way because you're asking to do that through email, but you can still do that and you'll get certain people that will do that. But the best way to do it is to pick up the phone and call those people who are really connected to your organization and ask them to help support you on Giving Tuesday, speak up for you on Giving Tuesday. And if you need to provide them a script to say, then provide them a script to say. But you'll find that most people, if you just ask them to tell their story and why it's important to give to your organization on Giving Tuesday, they'll do it. And if they're not comfortable going live, have them record a video and they can reshoot as many takes as they feel comfortable with and have them send you that video and you can post it and, repost it on your page. Number 7, scary things to avoid on Giving Tuesday is not thanking your donors. There's few things in the world that are less worse than a lack of gratitude. And when you're a donor, as you probably are yourself, whether you give to your organization or another organization, or even if you just do an act of kindness, period, and you're not thanked for that, it really makes you feel like you're not appreciated, and it makes you feel like you are less likely to repeat that act of kindness. And your donors are no different. So if someone gives you a gift, make sure that you thank them. If they give you a gift online, via email, then you should have some kind of a thank you page or a response mechanism, a response email that thanks them. If it's not even down to necessarily a personal level, make sure that you send a follow-up email to your file and thank people for donating on Giving Tuesday. And that's also an opportunity where you can potentially get more gifts because you can send an email out to your database and say, thank you for participating in Giving Tuesday. If you know the amount of money that you raise, then share that amount of money. If you don't have the amount of money, that's okay. But you can also use that follow-up email as a way to say, if you haven't given, you can still give to our Giving Tuesday campaign. And you can send this out on Wednesday, after Giving Tuesday, and you'll still get some gifts that will trickle in. But you definitely want to thank those people. You want to go on Facebook the next day or Instagram, whatever social channels that you're active on, and thank people for participating in Giving Tuesday. All right, tip number 8 here. These are scary things to avoid on Giving Tuesday. And one scary thing that you want to avoid, and this is a pretty big one, is not having a general ask, meaning don't say something like, make a donation today or make a gift today, because that's very generic. People will make gifts, you'll get donations that way. However, when you bundle it like an offer saying, your $40 today will do X, it will provide X, Y, and Z. People want to hear what their gift will do and how it will make a tangible difference. And that's something that you'll need to communicate. If you don't know a dollar amount that's associated with an impact that your organization can make, you still have some time to put that together. But you'll want to package that as an offer. Don't say donate today to help end whatever, or help fight whatever. I mean, people will give again to that. But if you say help fight by giving X dollars, which will do Y, you want to communicate impact associated with the dollar amount, because it gives your donors, it makes them feel like they're actually getting something in return, as opposed to just writing a check, making a donation, and knowing they've done good, which is one thing. But taking it up to the next notch, having that tangible offer, if you will, that will help it go even further. And the last one here, 9 scary things to avoid on Giving Tuesday. Number 9 is to not have a welcome series for your new donors. Now, a welcome series can be challenging or almost impossible if you're only doing Facebook fundraising. If people are donating through Facebook and Facebook is collecting that money, you won't have access to that donor data unless donors opt in to share that data with you. And most of them won't. They just won't. It's probably 90 to 95% of your donors won't share their info. And so that info is lost. So a recommendation to avoid that is, instead of using a Facebook fundraiser, point your donations to your website. And I'm not saying don't use your Facebook fundraisers or don't use Facebook, but I'm saying if you want that data, you want to be able to really thank those people and start a longer relationship with those people and inform them more about your organization, you want to point them to your website, to your donation page, not just your website, and make sure that it's optimized, has few distractions. That's a whole other session that I could get into. But you want to make sure that if they give on your page, you have a welcome series ready for them. And with that welcome series, you're able to tell them more about your organization, thank them for their gift naturally, offer them ways to connect with you, whether it's through connecting with you on social media or through a blog, or whatever the case may be. And then this will be like a 3 to 5 part email series. And then that last email, you can ask them for another gift, or maybe ask for them to become a part of a sustaining group of donors, and maybe as little as $20 a month or something like that. You'll have to create what that offer is if you don't have it already. But by pointing people to your website, you now can own that data as opposed to Facebook owning that data. And if they give on Facebook, it's kind of a one and done. Donors wipe their hands of it. If they give on their website, now you can come after them with the welcome series and say, hey, thank you for giving to our Giving Tuesday campaign. Did you know that we also do A, B, and C? And here's what your impact has done for our organization. And here's how you can continue to be involved. All right. So those are my 9 things to avoid, 9 scary things to avoid on Giving Tuesday. And I'm sure you may have your own tips. I'll share this video across a few different platforms. So if you're watching this and you have your own scary things to avoid, feel free to offer those in the comments to this. And this video, I do this every week through my platform, Fundraisers Unite. And I've opened this up really to the general public, and I call this office hours. So for members of Fundraisers Unite, it offers you an opportunity to interact live each week. Usually I go over some tips and then I open it up. You get live fundraising advice directly from me to you. So I'd love to help you out. I'd love for you to be a part of our community. If you're not already, you can go to fundraisersunite.com, read more about what we do. I do monthly trainings for digital fundraising and marketing, and we do this live office hours each week where you have a chance to learn new tips and get any of your fundraising or marketing questions asked. So that is all I have for today. Thank you for joining. Have a happy Halloween and happy Giving Tuesday when it comes up. I'll talk to you all soon. Later.